Good afternoon, students. Today we shall discuss about dihybrid class actually. What is dihybrid class? As we discussed in the earlier class about monohybrid class. Monohybrid class means a single trait or single contrasting pair of characters are crossed together. That is called as monohybrid. Mono means single. Hybrid means cross. So, in monohybrid class, a single trait, that means height, the height of the plant or pea plant. One is tall, another one is short. So, this is a contrasting character of a single trait. So, these two contrasting characters are crossed together to form F1 generation and F2 generation. Today we are going to discuss about dihybrid class. Di means two contrasting pairs of characters. So before we are going to see about dihybrid class, once we shall recall about monohybrid class once again. Then we shall enter into dihybrid. So this is monohybrid class. In the earlier class already we discussed, but even though we shall go through. So this is a pure pair. That means a single contrasting character. That means mono means single, hybrid means cross. Here single character, single trait means the height of the plant. One plant is tall, another plant is dwarf. Dwarf means short. So here these tall plants are having two alleles of gene. That is capital T, capital T. This is dwarf plant which are having small t, small t. So these are the pure breeding. That means a tall plant is crossed with a dwarf plant. It is a single character. Single character means height of the plant. The height of the plant itself it is having a contrasting character. That means the height of the plant which is having one is tall, another one is dwarf plant. So when these are crossed together to form F1 as well as F2 generation, it is called as monohybrid class. So in the tall plants which are having two alleles, capital T, here small t, small t. So they may produce the gamete. These are producing capital T, these are producing small t, small t. Then F1 generation, all are tall. These are heterozygous tall. This is homozygous tall. What is the differences between the homozygous tall and heterozygous tall? If it is having same allele, capital T, it is homozygous tall. Here, capital T, small t, it is heterozygous tall. So when pure breeding of homozygous tall is crossed with homozygous dwarf, then the F1 generation, all the progeny will be heterozygous tall. So in the F1 generation, they are producing heterozygous tall. So in this heterozygous tall, the darkness is not appear, only tallness is appear. But even though the recessive gene, small t is also available, it is appearing with only tall. This is called dominant. So which character is appear on the F1 generation? This is called as dominant character. That means tall is a dominant character. Even though it is heterozygous in nature, but dominance of tallness is visible in F1 generation. That is why tall is a dominant character and dwarf is a recessive character. Because it is not appeared. But in the F2 generation, it is reappeared. For example, now F1 generation is surcross. That means heterozygous tall is crossed with heterozygous tall. That means heterozygous tall, this will produce two gametes. Capital T, one gamete. Small t, one gamete. Suppose this is female parent. Then it is crossed with surcross, which is male. Imagine that is male parent. It is also having a capital T and small t gametes. Then we can see this checkerboard. This is called checkerboard. Then these are crossed together. Capital T, pure homozygous tall. Then capital T, small t, heterozygous tall plant. Then capital T, small t, heterozygous tall plant. Then small t, homozygous dwarf plant. That means homozygous tall 1, heterozygous tall 2 and homozygous dwarf 1. That means 1:2:1. This is phenotypic ratio. What is phenotype? Phenotype means what is the morphological characteristics appear. This is tall, this is tall, this is tall. So 3 tall, 1 dwarf. So either it is homozygous or heterozygous, all are appearing like tall. So this appearance is called a phenotype. So 3:1 ratio. But if you see genotypic ratio, that means genetical alleles. The alleles are having a homozygous 1, heterozygous 2 and homozygous 1. That means homozygous star 1, heterozygous star 2, homozygous star 1. So this is genotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio is 3:1. Tall is to dwarf, 3:1. It is phenotypic ratio, the morphological characteristic which is shown. Now it is genotypic ratio. Homozygous star 1, heterozygous star 2, homozygous dwarf 1. So 1:2:1. So this is called genotypic ratio. So genotypic ratio is capital T, homozygous star 1, capital T, small t, heterozygous star 2. This is, and homozygous dwarf small t is 1. That is 1:2:1. But if you see phenotypic ratio, the appearance, even though it is homozygous, it is heterozygous, all are tall. Overall, so tallness is 3, dwarfness is 1. That means 3:1. This is phenotypic ratio. So this is, we can able to understand about monohybrid class. By the meantime, we should understand about test class. Test class means what? This is also we have seen in the previous class. Once again, we shall see about test class. Test class is also have, what do you mean by test class? Test class is nothing but a homozygous recessive parent is crossed with any one individual which are having unknown gene, unknown genotype. Whether it is homozygous or it may be heterozygous or it is a tall or dwarf, whatever may be. But this is unknown gene. This is an individual of the plant which is unknown genetical process which will be crossed with homozygous recessive. If we cross with homozygous recessive with any unknown plant, any unknown genetic plant, that will be called as test class. Do you understand? Here we are having two different types of test class. One is heterozygous star test class, homozygous star test class. For example, homozygous dwarf, this is small t, if you cross with any genetic, for example, any genotype of the individual. So this is maybe F1 generation. In monohybrid class we got F1 generation is capital T, small t. If it is crossed with homozygous recessive, that means small t, we will have the gamete. It is heterozygous, that means two gametes will be formed. Capital T, one gamete, small t, one gamete. The gametes to be round up. This is a correct procedure. So these are the parents. The parents are producing gametes. Yet heterozygous, that means two different types of allele. Each and every one produce one gamete. That means capital T one gamete, small t another gamete. Here both are same. That means one enough, but it is given two. That is also no problem at all. That means small t one gamete, small t one gamete. Even if you consider one is also no problem. Now, this capital T is crossed with this small t, capital T, small t, heterozygous. Then this small t is crossed with small t, homozygous recessive. That means heterozygous star 1, homozygous dwarf 2. That is 1:1. So this is genotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio is also same because it is tall is 1, dwarf is 1. That is also 1:1. When if you cross heterozygous tall with homozygous dwarf, this is heterozygous test class. It is producing 1:1 ratio. If you say homozygous tall test class, that means what is test class? A homozygous recessive parent, if it is crossed with anyone of the individual. Previously we have crossed with heterozygous star, now we are crossing with homozygous star. That means here capital T, small t is heterozygous star can be crossed. Here homozygous star means both are capital T allele. Here one is good enough, but even though we can write capital T one gamete, here small t one gamete, small t one gamete. This one, if you cross capital T, small t, if you this cross That is also capital T, small t. All are same. That means capital T, small t. That is heterozygous star. It is genotypic ratio 1 only. That is heterozygous star. All are star. It is phenotype. So understand the difference. A heterozygous star is crossed with test cross. That means homozygous recessive, which will be producing 1:1. Yeah, 1. So this is test cross. Test cross is nothing but a homozygous recessive pair. If it is crossed with any one individual which are having unknown genotype, it is called as test cross. Do you understand? Now we shall go through next category, dihybrid cross. So you might understand very clearly about monohybrid cross. In the monohybrid cross, only one character, that is height of the plant. Now Mendel cross, two characters, two traits are crossed. Di means two, hybrid means cross. Two types of traits which are having two unknown, two contrasting pairs of characters are crossed together, which will be forming F1 and F2 generation. This is called dihybrid cross. It's very important. If you understand monohybrid cross, then only you can able to understand dihybrid cross. That is why once again I explain about monohybrid cross. Now listen, dihybrid cross. We shall see the parent. There are one contrasting character. One is the pea seeds are having round. Another one is a wrinkled seed. So this is the shape of the seeds or shape of the cotyledon. The cotyledon shape is round. Here wrinkled. So this is one trait. This is one character. This one, that means shape of the seed. The shape of the seeds are having two different contrasting characters. That means one is round, another one is wrinkled. Wrinkle means strings. Strings means you can understand. The seeds are become round. Here some wrinkles, strings are there. So these are two contrasting one trait. What is the trait? Seed shade. Another trait is seed color. This is yellow, this is green. This is contrasting character. So there are two pairs of contrasting character. One pair is seed color, another pair is seed shape. The seed shape is having two contrasting character, round and wrinkled. The color is having two contrasting character, that is yellow and green. This round and yellow are dominant character, wrinkle and green are recessive character. So two contrasting pairs are simultaneously crossed. So this is, we can consider that parent. Do you understand? Now for the round, it is having two allele. This is dominant gene. The dominant gene which will be given by, the round is dominant than the wrinkle. That means round is dominant, wrinkle is recessive. The round is indicated by capital R, capital R. That means wrinkle is indicated by small r, because round is dominant, wrinkle is recessive. Similarly, the color of the seed, yellow color is indicated by two alleles, capital Y, capital Y. It is indicated by yellow. Then it is contrasting character is green. Green is small y, small y. So green means G, but we should not give G, because what is the characteristic features of dominant character? That allele to be represented in small letters. So dominant character should be represented by the capital letter. The recessive genes will be represented by small letters of allele or the dominant character. That means dominant character is capital R, means the recessive character, even though it is wrinkle, that should not be given as W. That should be given small r only. This is very important. Then only you can understand the concept. Okay, right. Now this is a parent. What is a parent? A round yellow cotyledon. It is a female parent. Is crossed with wrinkled green cotyledon. Male parent is crossed. It is having genotypic character. Round yellow means capital R, capital Y, capital Y. Similarly, wrinkled green cotyledon is having allele small r. This is one locus. Another locus small y, small. So this is round. This is wrinkled. This is yellow. This is green. So two contrasting pairs are crossed simultaneously, right? Now, how the gametes are formed? Here, the gametes to be round. Here, gametes are round. It is homozygous. That means two capilla are there. We can take one capilla. That is a gamete. Capilla. This is two capital Y are there. We can take one capital Y. So capital Y, one gamete. That's in this parent, that is in male parent, two small are there, one small R we can take. Two small y are there, one small y we can take. That means small r, small y, one gamete. So capital R, capital Y, one gamete. Small r, small y, one gamete. Then if it is crossed together, what is the F1 generation? Capital R, small r. Capital Y, small y. So capital R means round. Even though small r is available, it is round because it is round is dominant. Here, capital Y, small y. That means it is yellow. Why? Why yellow is dominant character. So what is the phenotypic character is appear in the F1 generation? They are called as dominant character. So round and yellow are dominant. Even though small r and small y available for wrinkle and green color, the wrinkle and green, it does not appear in F1 generation. That is why these are recessive. Okay. So F1 generation is having capital R small r, capital Y small y. So this is F1 generation. If it self-cross means capital R small r, capital Y small y is crossed with capital R small r, capital Y small y. This is called self-cross. See here, this is F1 generation. It is self-cross. Suppose this is female parent, this is male parent. So both are same genotype. For example, round yellow cotyledon, round yellow cotyledon. But these are heterozygous. What is appear in the F1 generation? Capital R small r, capital Y small y. This is female parent. Male parent also same genotype. That is capital R small r, capital Y small y. Now we can consider this female parent alone. How the gametes can be produced? There are 4 different types of gametes. How can we produce? Capital R, capital Y, one gamete. Capital R, small y, one gamete. Next, small r, capital Y, one gamete. Small r, small y, another gamete. So there are 4 gametes will be produced. Similarly, the male parent is also same. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. There are 4 gametes will be produced. Capital R, capital Y, one gamete. Capital R, small y, one gamete. Small r, capital Y, one gamete. Small r, small y, one gamete. So there are 4 gametes are produced by male parent. 4 gametes are produced by female gamete. These are self-crossed by F1 generation. Then if you self-cross, we can get 16 progeny in F2 generation. For example, these are female gamete, these are male gamete. We can write female gamete this side, male gamete this side. Capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. This side, capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. Now cross. In this cross, capital R, round, capital Y, yellow, round, yellow. Are you clear? The size. Next, second class. Capital R, round, capital Y, small y, yellow. Again, in the third category, capital R, small r, round, capital Y, yellow. Then capital R, small r, round, capital Y, small y, yellow. So first line is completed. All are round, yellow. Then the second line. See here, capital R, round, capital Y, small y, yellow. Why I didn't say about small y, capital Y? Whenever you are crossing, you should always write dominant gene first. That is why capital R, we should not write small y, capital Y. Capital Y, small y. Do you understand? That's why capital R, capital Y, small y, round yellow. Next one, capital R, small y. So round, green. Small y means green. Capital R, yellow. That yellow. Round, green. Next, capital R, small r, round. Capital Y, small y, yellow, round yellow. Next, capital R, small r, round. Small y, green, round, green. Next, capital R, small r. I didn't say small r, capital R, because dominant genes should be right first. Capital R, small r, round. Capital Y, yellow, round, yellow. Once again, here, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. That means this is also round yellow. Next, small r, wrinkled. Small r, wrinkled. Capital Y, yellow. Wrinkle, yellow. That means seeds are strings. Here, round, but here, wrinkle. The wrinkle means strings. Seeds are strings. Next, small r, capital Y, small y. Wrinkled yellow, like this. Then next, capital R, capital Y, small y. That means round yellow. Next, capital R, capital small y, that means round green. Next, small r, capital Y, small y, wrinkled yellow. Then small r, small y, wrinkled green. That means there are 9 round yellow, then 3 round green, and 3 wrinkled yellow, and 1 wrinkled green. Do you understand? There are 4 different progenies we are producing. That means 9 round yellow, 3 round green, 3 wrinkle yellow, 1 wrinkle green. That means 9:3:3:1. So this is phenotypic ratio of F2 generation. This is called dihybrid cross. Now we can able to understand about dihybrid cross clearly. So earlier I told you that there are 3 laws have been proposed by Birger John Mendel. One is law of dominance, another one is law of segregation, and third one is law of independent assortment. Now we shall explain about law of independent assortment. Law of dominance and law of segregation can be explained in monohybrid class itself, but law of independent assortment can be explained only in dihybrid and trihybrid ratio, dihybrid class or trihybrid class. See here, I shall going to explain about what is law of independent assortment. Law of independent assortment means here 2 contrasting characters. One is round wrinkle, that means seed shape. It is one contrasting character. Another character, yellow and green. This is another contrasting character. These 2 pairs of contrasting characters are crossed together. Then in the F1 generation we will get heterozygous. That means capital R, capital Y, all are mingled together. That means even though they are mingled together, these characters are not blending together. So when the gametes are forming, they segregate. The individual characters will be segregated individually. That means, see here, capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. So the gametes are segregated individually. So the characteristic features, each and every individual contrasting characters are segregated by themselves along with the gamete formation. So this segregation is called law of independent assortment. So previously you might have studied about law of segregation. Law of segregation is nothing but, so this is a separation of alleles of a gene, a single gene. But here, in law of independent assortment, here the relationship between various genes. In previous one, alleles of same gene, but here relationship between different genes. So these are 3 laws. One is law of dominance, law of independent assortment, law of segregation. These are three laws.